Alrighty guys, FB07 is officially out, so I'm going to start doing some showcases for all 5 of the new leaders, and today I'm going to start off with the deck I think is going to be the best out of the 5, which is Orange Piccolo. So I'm just going to go into a deck list, and then we're going to go through 2 games. I did actually go 7-0 in the event match with this deck. It is only versus the other decks in the set, but it does prove my point that I do think it is the best deck out of the 5 new ones. But in the overall meta, I also think it's probably the best one out of them. Could be wrong, but I think it has a very good matchup spread. But anyways, let's get on to the deck list. Alright guys, here is my Piccolo deck list that I used in the event match to go 7-0. This has changed since that other video I made a couple weeks ago on Piccolo after some testing. But anyways, we will start off with the 1-drops here. I got a lot of random 1-drops. I can explain them, but I think these are a must. The Pan Searcher, it really searches your entire deck for the most part. You miss a couple cards, but it's fine. Finds your important pieces. It can also grab super combos, which is important. Looks at top 3 cards for that. And then I am on 2 Ba. It could also just be Kami. It doesn't really matter in this deck. Just 2 good 10k that KO's 1-drops, which is good into obviously Cell, good in the Shenron, the Pop the Bulmas, Whis in red, just stuff like that. I am on 2 Krillin, just stuns a 5 or less as long as you have 6 or more energy. This is really good into any aggro deck, or like Shenron, it's really good to freeze their 5-drop Goku so it can't mill 5 when it swings. This card is actually super clutch, and I use it almost every single game, so I feel like it's very good. I'm running 318. She's really just another copy of the Krillin because she can pick them up from drop. She actually grabs any 3 or less superhero card from your drop in general, which is really strong. So you can just grab some 10Ks. She's kind of like a Flappy from the Android deck or whatnot, but very good card. You always have a lot of free energy up to spend on these 1-drops, so they get a lot of value. And I got the spicy one of Chilai. It's really just for green decks and Shenron. It comes up against Shenron. So basically how the green mirror is going to go is you guys are just going to both ramp to 8 and start chaining beasts and find out who has more beasts in their hand. But with Chilai, you're able to actually beast and then use the energy restand to play a Chilai so that they cannot respond with their own beast Gohan unless they have a 1-drop popper with 9 energy, which can happen. But if they don't, or they only have 8 energy, then they literally can't remove your beast, and then you'll end up getting 2 on the board, so you'll always be ahead of them for the rest of the game, and you should win the game. So that's why I got her in as one of. Also, she takes a life, so if I need to take a life for my 7-drop Goku, that can come up. And then I'm on the 2-drop Gamma, Gamma 1, 4 of him. He's a really good 10k, just like the Android 17 from the Cell deck. You discard a superhero card, draw 2 cards. And you do need to actually have cards in your drop for a card we'll get onto later. So this is a very crucial card in the curve to get the cards you need in drop that you'll ramp later and not still break even in hand. So card's very strong for that. And then we have one of your pivotal curve cards, Gamma 2. Permanent, if you have 6 energy, he gains 15k power, so it becomes a 30k body. 5k combo, which is nice. Usually these 3-drop ramp cards don't have combo unless they are like leader specific, which is archetype specific. But yeah, so the 5k combo is actually huge for him being a 3-drop ramp card. And then end of turn, you do have to KO this card, and then you do get to ramp a card in rest mode from top of your deck, as long as you have an SH leader. So very good. And then I'm running 3 of the Piccolo SH here. When KO'd, he draws a card. He's just a good 10k. You can also play him after playing your beast and then redirect to him to draw an extra card, which is really nice, which is the main reason he's in here. It's really good for redirecting into him just to make sure you draw a card. So, and I guess I should go over the leader if I haven't. I'll just go over it really quick. It's just a standard leader. Awaken at 4, draw a card, 20k, draws on when attack. But then once per turn, it's an auto effect. So as soon as they declare an attack, you have the option to redirect that attack to any 3 or more superhero card on the board. Rest mode or active, it doesn't matter. So go on to the 4 drops now. Another pivotal card in the deck is the Son Gohan. This card is cracked. It actually gives the deck a reason for you to run it instead of just running androids, because this does ramp just as fast as androids, and I do think it's a little bit more consistent, honestly, than androids. 25k, 5k combo on play. You can ramp 2, 3, or more superhero cards from your drop, which is why this game is so good, because you are able to get this ability off for free without like losing anything from hand, because on turn 2 you'll just pitch a 3 or more to draw 2, and then this Gamma actually KOs himself and puts him in drop. So at that point you should have 2, 3 or mores in drop to ramp with the 4-drop Gohan. And then we're gonna skip to the beast, because we're just going down the curve basically. So yeah, turn 1, little 1-drop or something. Turn 2, turn 3, and then you'll ramp to 4, charge in the 5 on turn 4. Play this Gohan, will get you to 7. And then on turn 5, you'll go charge in the 8 for Beast. I'm running 3. You should be running 4. If you have 4, run 4. I don't have 4, so I'm just at 3 right now. Packs weren't blessing me, so 3's enough though. 50k, 8-drop, 5k combo, which I don't know why this card is combo. That's stupid. But you place 5 cards from your energy into its owner's drop, and then you get to choose 1 battle card and trash it, which is very important. Gets around KO effects, gets around removal, anti-removal abilities, but for the most part, some block it still. But then you add up to 5 cards with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy. So as long as you have 5 3-drops in your energy, you can just trash those and just throw them back in. You don't have to worry about actually having anything in your drop leading up to it. So he's really a 3-drop 50k that trashes a body. That best card in the set. Maybe the best card they've printed in this game. Maybe not. That's up for debate. But the fact you can play this out turn 5 might make it the best card in the game. So we'll go back down. So you'll have 5 active energy. So we'll go down to the 5 drops, which are the bodies you want to play after you play a beast. So we got 4 of the 5-drop Gammas, 30k, 10k combo, which is insane. On play, you can KO a 3-drop, and then your leader gets 5k power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this is insane, staking a body on board, getting rid of a body, and making your leader a 25k, which is nuts. And has 10k combo. Like I said, like I don't know why this needed 10k combo. And it's a redirect target, which is nice. One of the other good options is your blocker SR Piccolo. I have him as a 2 of right now. He's not super good. He's situational. He does. You do need to play him versus a couple matchups on certain turns, depending on the game state. But he's a blocker. He's at 35k on play. If your leader has SH in its name, you get an extra 10k power until the end of your opponent's next turn, and you can't be removed by skills. So he's really good if you need to go for a game with a single strike, because he's a 5-drop 45k, which is really strong. You can also double block with him. So since he's a blocker, he's a 45k, can't be removed. They literally can't do anything about it. They just have to stare it down. You can block an attack and then use your leader skill to redirect it again. So you have a 45k double blocker, which is really strong, which is why it's in here. It's really good at your opponent can't kill you if this is on board. They just can't. Like they 9-drop Broly, like they can't pop it. You can just redirect the 9-drop Broly, swing this. Other double strikers in general. So it's really strong for making sure you live an extra turn and like guaranteeing you live that extra turn. Unless sides go super wide, which is how they get around this card, by the way. It's how they get around this deck. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll get onto that if they go wide on you. And I have 2 of the 5-drop 30k Piccolo, 5k combo. On play, if your leader has superhero in his name, you can ramp a card of 3 or more from your drop to your energy. And when he's KO'd, you can add a cost of 5 or less in superhero from your drop to your hand. It's a good like redirect target. If you miss your ramp, he also ramps for you, which is strong. As far as Gamma's a 2 of. Just a little insurance card. Sometimes you don't have these other 5-drops to play too, so it's nice to have more 5-drops in the deck. Also more stuff to put in drop for like the Gohan and stuff. Or like charge it for the beast. And then super combos. I'm on 1 double strike Goku. Thinking about making this 2, but deck space is a little tight. You being able to play a beast Gohan and still have enough energy to play this and still have enough energy to play other stuff is bonkers, as long as you're at 2 life. But this card, I mean, it's just like, it's too much pressure in one turn. Like, this card is insane with Beast Gohan, the fact you can just play them both in one turn. I am on 2 of the promo Gohan. I only have 2 right now. Could leave it at 2, could make it more. This card is really good going second because you can play him out on turn 4 and get your beast out on turn 5 if you see the correct curve. I do think this deck wants to go first, but if you have to go second, which will happen, this card is very important for that, going second curve. He's 10k combo, which is cracked. He's 40k, which is cracked. And on play, KOs 2, 4 or lesses as long as you have a superhero leader, which you will. So yeah, so that curve, obviously you just do a 1-drop. You play Gamma with the coin, ramp into 3. Next turn, charge into 4. Play the Gohan to ramp 2, go to 6. So charge into 7 on turn 4 to play this to clear the board if they're an aggro deck and they have a lot of bodies on board. And then on turn 5, you just play the beast. So, and then I have 2 9-drop Broly. I think this is a good ratio for the deck. You only really need to play 1 a game, if that. Versus the aggro go wide decks, you like have to see this, or you'll just lose. We know what Broly does though. On play, kill everything, but that's not a 1-drop, in and heal, and he's double striker 55k. So, and he also gets around 6-drop Frieza since he comes in rest mode, and then the on play procs, he'll just go to active mode. So he does get around 6-drop Frieza, which is very, very strong into the Golden Frieza deck. And then I'm on 3 Meteor for the last 3 cards. Like I said, this beast, you're allowed to have a lot of energy open. And then mixed with this card, you're just having insane pressure because let's say they're at 3 life, you just play the beast. You swing 50, they're going to take the 50. They're not going to combo out. If they combo out, you can just pivot the board. They're just in a terrible spot, but they should just take the 50, drop the 2, and then you can play this, and you have at least 2 energy up for 2 meteors that you can just pump into this guy and just destroy them. So it's also really good on defense. You can obviously beast and leave energy up for these meteors if you're scared of dying. I think it's just a really strong card in olive green now that Gohan exists, just because you can just play removal and a big body and still leave energy up for defense. So that is my list, and I'm going to go and show you guys 2 different games. I hope you guys enjoy those. Thank you. Alright guys, time to get into these replays. Just as proof, they added a nice little perfect little image there if you go 7-0, which is nice. But yeah, we went 7-0. I'm going to go over 2 games here. I think this is going to be a game versus a yellow Golden Frieza here. I'm going to show off this game for you guys. Alright, I'm going to have this on 2x speed. I'm going to try to commentate best I can over this. I'm sorry that it's replays. I know live commentary might be a bit more interesting, but sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Alright. So I do open with a pretty mid hand. I really don't have any of my ramp, nor I had a pan. Luckily I drew into a pan that drew into a gamma, so I kind of saved myself here. And then I now am on curve as long as I find my 4-drop Gohan. Let's do a gamma. I pitch Piccolo. Make this 2x, sorry, not 3x. I do decide to combo out since he is like a kind of a rush, go wide deck. I need to keep my life up. Make this game go as long as possible. Do is play the Gamma here so that I can ramp. I do not swing him because I don't want to awaken him any faster than I need to. And I am still missing the 4-drop Gohan here, but what is important is that I do have a Pan, and I'll be at 5 energy. So the really good thing about this curve in this deck is that even if you miss your 4-drop Gohan, if you got a Pan, you'll have like another chance to find it off that Pan because you'll have the extra energy to do so. Should have decided to just rest my board and swing into it, which is fine. Kind of works out for me. I draw my second beast. I do just swing board because I need to get this searcher off and I don't want to awaken him. And then luckily Pan does not actually find me my Gohan in this game, so you'll see what it looks like when you miss a curve, which will come to bite me, you'll learn. So I have to just do a Gamma and swing his board just to get cards out. And he is just going to start pressuring me now. So I do think if I see the 4-drop Gohan here, I do have a lot. It's going to be a lot less scary because I'll be able to beast on turn 5. In this game, I have to beast on turn 6 just because I missed the Gohan, so I can't even get the 8. And then he goes really wide on me here and still has the energy to leader effect. So at this point, I'm just taking hits. I have my redirect to sit behind, so. I also was looking for a 9-drop Broly because this is my only win condition at this point with how wide the board is. My game plan was to play this Gohan, go to 8, survive this turn, next turn, play this 9-drop, and then reset the game. I will say, I'm going to point out where my opponent made a mistake. He could have easily beat me this game, I think, if he would have done something different. So here, I just have to keep going board, but he just has blockers and stuff. I do play a Krillin just to keep one attack off my back for a turn, which does help. And I think this is where he makes his crucial mistake. So I have 8 energy, right? He knows I can charge in the 9 and potentially 9-drop and board wipe him. Look how big his board is. He will just win if this stays like an extra turn. And luckily, he has a card in his deck that can stop me from doing that. It is the 5-drop blocker Frieza. All he has to do is play that, and it will freeze my energy, and I will not have enough energy to play 9-drop Broly next turn. And I kind of just lose on the spot. And he charges it. And he charged it. I was like, okay, maybe he has another one in hand. No, that was his only one. So I do think he would have beat me here. This is a good example of if you can just go wide super quick and Piccolo misses a turn of ramp, I think you can just win. But luckily, as you know, I did win this. I do stabilize here. So here, I thought he was like trying to search for one and then have the 1 energy up to play it, but no. He does a golden Frieza instead, but that's fine. I just need to wipe the board. I don't care if my Broly gets rested, but obviously he doesn't. He gets around the golden Frieza, which is even better for me. But maybe he thought I was going to beast Gohan. But yeah, I just play the 9-drop, wipe his board. I do swing here. I'm a little risky to swing because I'm giving him more cards to kill me with. But, I mean, look at my hand. I have 4 supers in my hand. I don't really think I'm at risk of dying to a double striker. And I do just want to set him up for a guaranteed kill because I know he can just lock this. And if he locks this, I don't know if I can kill him from 3 to 0. So I swing the 55. If he wants to give me 2 supers to live another turn maybe, that's fine with me. He'll have less cards in hand. But yeah, he does a Frieza here so that I can't play a big body on him. But that's fine because I drew a Piccolo. So I just do Beast here so that my Piccolo can come in active mode. So I pop his Frieza, free stand up to 7, play the Piccolo, and then I have 2 meteors to pump on this Piccolo. So I think I swing for 175 here. So yeah, let's get on to the next game versus a God rank, well, previous God rank Shenron player. Alright guys, here is the Shenron game. So this game also, I'm not gonna lie, there's a chance I could have lost this. I'm showing the close games, all the other 5 ones. I did kind of just steamroll, I'm not gonna lie. If you just hit your curve, some decks just can't do anything about it. I do want to show off ways to beat this deck, obviously. And this Shenron could have done it, I believe. He did get very unlucky at the end. But as you'll see, he was very lucky at the start of the game and for almost the entire game until the very end when he needed something to happen and it didn't work out for him. But you'll see. I think besides that, he peaked on me for sure. Like, he should have won this game probably. Maybe there's a chance I still get out even if he's able to do what he was trying to do. But yeah, so he starts off with a Giru, mills a Krillin. Best turn 1 play in this deck is a Bulma, so I was glad to see he didn't have a Bulma. I don't have a turn 1 play. He does have the Bulma now, which kind of is very unfortunate. Plays another Giru. And then already has a 5-drop Goku in his hand, so when the Roshi gets milled, he can grab it, unfortunately. And then mills a 2-drop Gohan with Dragon Balls. And then plays another Bulma because he milled a Kami to make a marker. As you see, this deck is RNG, and if it goes your way, it goes insane. It pops off. Which this dude definitely popped off. Because now he can just block my leader swing on this Bulma. I think the most important thing is that if you can protect these Bulmas, they go insane because they go +1 every turn that they live. So your hand size will just keep growing. And you're digging deeper in deck, obviously. And you can grab literally anything that's in your life. So you can grab super combos or whatever. And then he does his combo out of the 15, which I think is correct, because now he gets to stick 2 Bulmas. A good way to beat Shenron also, it is a little risky. It can bite you back, but to stall their life and just not swing them. Eventually, they will run out of gas, run out of steam, won't be able to mill cards, and potentially can deck out. So if you just give them less options to work with, they will eventually lose. But if they stick Bulmas like this, their hand size will never go down, which we will see comes into play. Usually they don't have this many Bulmas on board, or you're a different deck and can swing more times than I could, or they don't mill the Krillins to protect the Bulmas every turn. So once again, mills a Kami. And then has Dragon Radars to grab more Dragon Balls. Another Bulma. When I said this guy peaked, I was not kidding. 3 Bulmas is insane. Usually these things are like stuck in your deck or stuck in your drop, stuck in your life, and you just can never see them. And they all were in his hand. And then Giru's again. I just have to swing these Bulmas. They have to go, but I have to also stick to my curve. Only way to beat this Shenron deck is to get the 9-drop out. So I do have to keep the marker, because if I just follow the normal curve, I'll be going into 9 energy on turn 5 with the marker instead of 8, so that I can 9-drop Broly, which is my only way to win versus go wide decks like this one. So yes, he hard casts the 5-drop because he milled a Kami. Gets a Krillin blocker to protect his Bulma. And gets another Krillin to protect whatever else I want to swing into. And then mills another Kami because he stacked it. So now he has 1 energy that he can use for Dragon Ball. And then he does get to wish again. So yeah. Wishes on turn 3 and turn 4 on me, which is insanely peak for Shenron. And swings 55 triple. I actually don't have a super combo in my hand, so I have to take this. So I just do. I just accept it. No supers. Still no supers in my hand. Gone through like my whole deck. Not really. I still have 26 cards, but still, for there to be no supers is kind of crazy. And he still is milling Dragon Balls here, guys. He just wished, and he's almost back to a third wish on turn 4. So yeah, I swing the Bulma, he blocks. I play the Gohan, and he blocks. And then I have to play the Krillin here to freeze a 5-drop so that he can't mill more. And I just pass. I could have swung the Krillin at the Bulma, but he's just going to give me a 5k. And obviously I have to protect everything. I do have my redirect here, which is nice, which I'm just saving for this 45k coming at me. Do finally draw a super combo out of that life, so... Plays a third 5-drop Goku. I thought it was over at this point. 3 5-drop Gokus, I feel like you just lose at that point. And now he's trying to swing into this, so I can't redirect his 45k. I realized that, so I just combo out. And then he swings 45 at it. I was going to redirect it anyway, so I just let it go. And like I said, these Bulmas are still sticking, so his hand size never goes down this game. And he has another Bulma. That is the 4th Bulma. I don't know how he drew all these and didn't mill them, by the way. Whenever I play Shenron, they get milled. Has Dragon Radar to get a Dragon Ball. And he gets 2 wish again. Another wish on me. On turn 4. On turn 4, he has 4 5-drop Gokus on board, guys. 4 5-drop Gokus and a 7-drop on board. And 2 Bulmas on turn 4. This is as peak as it gets for Shenron, which is why I wanted to showcase this, and I still win the match. 5th Bulma, because he stacked it and drew it, I believe. So, 5 Bulmas he's played on me. Luckily, I just 9-drop Broly here, wipe his board. And I have to swing at these Bulmas, but obviously he just saves them because they're netting him cards and getting him deeper in the deck to hopefully wish again. So, do manage to get rid of 1, but now he's just going to Bulma, get deeper in his deck, find some Dragon Balls, find some cards to mill more that are in his life because he has plenty of energy. Thankfully, he has all 4 of his Gokus in drop, so he has no way to stack his deck. So if he does not hit his 7 Dragon Balls, with how it works with Shenron, if you don't have a Goku and you can't play it, you have to get 7 balls in your drop before you hit 2 cards left in deck, because unless you're milling the last Dragon Ball and then have 2 left over, because you do have to draw a card to awaken. So we'll just show this. Also, I think 3 balls too. If you have a ball in hand that you have to play, if you have 3 cards left in deck, you'll also lose because you have to draw them when you awaken. So he has all 6 balls, and he plays this Goku, and this Goku is gonna swing. And like I said, the ball has to be in these top 2, or he can't win the game, because he'll simply deck himself out because he doesn't have Gokus, and he didn't mill a Kami. Or not Kami. He didn't mill a Roshi to grab the Goku. If he milled a Roshi to grab a Goku, he could just pass turn here. But he can't get a Goku anymore. So this has to have a Dragon Ball, and it doesn't. His last Dragon Ball is within these last 2 cards. So he's just going to deck out, and he realizes that, so he just quits. So I kind of lucked out to a degree. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase what can happen. Shenron peaks, but can still lose because of stuff like this. So. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to have some more videos out soon with the other leaders. Thank you guys.